Oh, Nancy. Bless your heart. Now, I don't like to gossip, but when your elected representative has what can only be described as a full-blown meltdown in the makeup aisle, it becomes less about tea and more about public concern. Yes, I'm talking about that moment in a South Carolina store where Congresswoman Nancy Mace unleashed what can only be described as an expletive-laden performance that would have made even reality TV producers clutch their pearls. A man, calm, curious, and yes, very polite, simply asked if she would be holding any town halls. A reasonable question for someone who holds public office, wouldn't you say? But instead of a simple yes, no, or even check my website, Nancy served up a string of F-bombs that echoed down the frozen foods section like a fireworks finale on the 4th of July. Now, Nancy, that was not a good look. Let's be real. You are an elected official. In public, in a retail store, where children could have been, and probably were. Yet you acted like someone had just accused you of stealing the last bag of organic cotton balls. There's a thing called decorum, and I recommend you Google it between Fox News appearances. Speaking of which, Nancy ran to Fox News faster than a coupon clipper on double discount day and lied. Yes, I said it. LIED. Told the whole country that this man was threatening. Now I've watched the video. So has half the internet. That man? He was not threatening. He wasn't even near her when she started yelling. At one point, he had literally walked away and turned a corner when Nancy, bless her again, demanded his name like she was auditioning for a reboot of Law and Order, South Carolina. And what really baked the biscuits? The homophobic slurs and stereotypes thrown in for good measure. Y'all, we're in 2025. That kind of language isn't just unacceptable, it's harmful, immature, and yes, deeply unprofessional. In some circles, using that kind of language is seen as a sign of a very limited vocabulary. In others, it's a sign that maybe, just maybe, it's time for a little break. Now let me say this clearly and kindly. Nancy, if you're overwhelmed, if you're struggling, there is no shame in taking a mental health break. But something is off. Folks aren't just whispering anymore, they're downright worried. You've got good insurance, use it, talk to someone. Ask why you're imagining threats that didn't happen and why a simple question about town halls sets off an unhinged reaction that ends with you yelling and cursing into the retail void. We all saw the tape, and we are not talking about the one you edited and circulated. There are plenty of copies of the uncut version online, and it was far from being anywhere close to a good look. We all heard the language, and we all felt secondhand embarrassment. Now, I am more than certain that someone like you would never in a million years ask someone like me for advice, but I am going to offer you some anyhow. Step back, reassess, and if public service is too much right now, it's okay to take a breather. Because leadership requires composure, respect, and at the very least, not screaming obscenities next to the mascara. This is Sensible Sue, signing off with love, logic, and sensibility.